You know how the entitled creators in the FF community go off on anyone who can't get on board with their demands, mainly getting you the viewer to buy more of their content in order for them to avoid returning to work. Well, it's been happening for a while, and we want to get in touch with more of the addicted young men in the community to hopefully comprehend what's been dragging them down to the point where they feel like they have to buy the pathetic fat fetish content. Around 5 minutes of looking, we came upon a growing figure in the community, rounding up a lot of people to cave to her. We'll call her Ro for short, mainly for me being uncomfortable even thinking about reading that full name aloud. Getting right to it, here we have a creator in the community who gave out her race, publicly. Right away we felt like we found another victim playing creator, like Raina Pop in our opinion, but we're not going to play that color game. Hell, we already know everyone making content in the fat fetish community got political at one point or another. And really there's no point going there. Hell, they're only lecturing the returning cucked boys who buy their pitiful content. What a beginning impression, right? Reading that on the monitor behind me, we immediately got the idea that no one can contradict her for writing that because they're either cucked men, who do whatever they're told, like leaving negative mail on anyone trying to help them out of the never-ending nightmare. Or there will be Tumblr accounts waiting to attack anyone leaving genuine critical feedback on the front lines, who may critique Ro for hating an American holiday while living in America or publicly talking about her race. Keep in mind, in a community of cucked men and underachieving heifers, that's what they feel entitled ranting about. Right in the middle of a beyond inappropriate tweet, you have other people waiting to attack you if you were to call it out. With Ro giving info to everyone up front that she's American Indian, she's now immune from being critiqued by anyone. Hell, Ro could tell everyone that anyone who looks like you is a bigot and her cucked audience, well, they would be there to counter your genuine critiquing feedback. In that tweet, Ro even informed everyone that she has PTS, yep, further immunity of being questioned in the community. Then what we found on her profile got even more ridiculous. On 9/5/23, Ro retweeted this. I'm going to block anyone who comments, eat more, or really drink more, and then they aren't contributing to fund it. Now we would agree that they need to quit being perverted on the internet, but really, the ones making the fat fetish content, you are the ones who made the average viewer in the community that way when you began rubbing up and down your whatever. And here we are trying to help them for free. If the heifers in the community didn't want perverted feedback in their mail, then they should have never put out perverted content publicly to begin with. And look at how terrifyingly freakish her public tweets get. I had a full crying breakdown. I want to be fatter already. And I have no comment apart from that probably being a marketing talking point in order to attract the perverted accounts to come out and potentially buy more of her videos. Now with the amount of contradicting tweets, we're talking publicly getting into her own financial problems, complaining about the declining economy, her panic attacks, written publicly in our opinion in order to appear a victim, which from that, could potentially guilt trip people into buying more of her content. And we've viewed her manipulative marketing tactic. Hell, not even a week later, she wrote this. I find it incredibly unlikely that no one wants to get me a pumpkin pie. That might be FF community talk for, I find it hard that no one's buying my content, and you need to. Hell, if you don't, I may have to move back in with family and I don't want to do that. And around a month ago, Ro began giving everyone the bigger picture without directly informing anyone. That she's really feeling the declining economy more and more every month when she began back up an old forgotten thread that mentions, you, the viewer, the fake brave cucked pink and purple knight, will show up and begin giving her more money. Being more direct, it's an applicative form that she came up with, detailing that you're now, quote, feeding her with, I think, a monthly payment of around $100 to $300. Coming directly out of your bank account. And you, being the viewer, are to put in your card info into a payment outlet, where you'll then be getting charged over the internet every month for feeding Ro, without being there of course, or knowing what she's doing with the money. We view it as, well, additional money after informing the public about her financial problem. Now remember, all of this, everything we've went over here today, it's not normal. It's greed for money in our opinion being played in order to avoid having to work a real job. We would recommend not playing their game, it's all beyond fucking ridiculous. Really, a man out there could really be that pathetic to the point where he'll give a large portion of his paycheck to an unknown fat fetish creator that he'll never meet. Men in the community, I think they've fallen that low. Don't be a part of it.